Be me, 25, human placeholder in a mid-sized logistics firm job title, is junior data associate, which means I take numbers from PDFs and type them into Excel sheets. Until my eyes vibrate Tuesday morning, the air in the office smells like ozone and damp carpet. Glue sitting in ergonomic chair that has been adjusted by at least 4 previous occupants. None of their spinal curvatures match mine. Lumbar support feels like a fist pressed into my kidney, staring at monitor brightness, set to 40%. But it still feels like looking into a welding arc spreadsheet. Cell C14, part number 880, 4-J-9. Blink part number 880, 4-J-9. The numbers don't feel real anymore. They look like little alien runes scrawled in Calibri font size 11. There is a hum in the room, low frequency, coming from the HVAC vent directly above my cubicle. Sounds like a gremlin is trapped up there, slowly suffocating. Nobody else seems to hear it. Look over the partition to my left. Brenda is there. Brenda is 50-something and has photos of golden retrievers pinned to the fabric wall of her cube. She is typing furiously. Clack, 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 clack. Her rhythm is aggressive, like she's angry at the keyboard. I wonder if she hears the gremlin. Probably not. She is part of the ecosystem. I am an invasive species. Return focus to screen cursor blinking on off. It's mocking me. The concept of time feels elastic today. Check the system clock in bottom right corner. 9:14 a.m. feels like I've been here for 6 hours. Last time I checked it was 9:11 a.m. 3 minutes have passed. Physically impossible. My internal chronometer is broken. Take a sip of lukewarm coffee from paper cup. Tastes like burnt cardboard and municipal water. Swallow. Hard throat. Clicks audibly. Panic spikes. Did anyone hear that? Glance around. Nobody looking. They are all synchronized, connected to the invisible network of normality. I am running on a different operating system, one that isn't compatible with this hardware. Sudden movement in peripheral vision. Someone approaching the cube. Stomach drops. Fight or flight engages over a potential conversation about the weather. It's Greg from accounts receivable. Greg wears shirts that are slightly too tight around the neck. He is holding a manila folder like a weapon. He stops at the entrance of my cube. He doesn't knock because there is no door. He just invades the personal space bubble. Can smell his cologne. Smells like pine needles and desperation. Hey man, you got a sec? His voice is too loud. It booms in the small space. I turn my chair. The wheels squeak, a high-pitched shriek that sounds like a dying mouse. Yeah, I say. My voice cracks, clearing throat immediately. Yeah, what's up? Greg smiles. It's a terrifying expression. Too many teeth, eyes crinkling but dead inside. Just wanted to check on the Freeman ladings. Boss wants them by noon. Confusion sets in. Freeman ladings. The words float in the air. I know what Freeman is. I know what ladings are, but put together they sound like a nonsensical spell. Brain buffers. Loading bar at 10%. I stare at Greg's tie. It has little sailboats on it. Why sailboats? We are in a landlocked industrial park. I say, eloquent. Yeah, the ladings. Right, Greg says, tapping the folder against his thigh. Freeman account. By noon, you good for it? He's expecting a social cue, a thumbs up, a finger gun, a confident nod. I try to nod. My head feels heavy, like it's filled with lead shot. The nod comes out as a weird twitch. Greg's smile falters for a microsecond. He noticed. He saw the glitch. He knows I'm not running the latest firmware. Yeah, I'm on it, I say, forcing the words out before they dissolve. Cool. Greg says. He turns to leave. Catch you later. He walks away. I watch him go. He walks with a bounce, heel to toe. Heel to toe. How does he do that? How does he just walk around without thinking about the mechanics of his legs? Spin. Chair back to desk. Heart rate is 120 BPM. Easy. Sweat prickling under my arms. The fabric of my shirt feels abrasive. Suddenly polyester blend. Mistake. Should have worn cotton. Focus on the screen. Freeman ladings. Open the shared drive. Navigate through folders. Click, click, click. Folder empty. Stare at the white space where files should be. Confusion deepens. Did I delete them? Did I never receive them? Maybe Greg is a hallucination. Maybe the sailboats were a warning. Check email. Outlook opens. 24 unread messages. Subject lines are a blur of corporate jargon. Touch base. Circle back. Synergy. It's a language I can read but can't speak. Find an email from Greg. Sent 10 minutes ago. Files attached. OK. Reality is intact. Download attachment. Open PDF. It's upside down. Why is it upside down? Rotate. View numbers. Columns of numbers. Thousands of them need to be transposed to Excel. Start typing 8 to 4 to 4 to 2 to 1, tab 9 to 9 to 0p tab my. Fingers move, but they don't feel attached to my hands. Disassociation, creeping in the room. Feels like it's tilting slightly to the left. Look at the water cooler across the room. The bubbles gurgle up. Bloop bloop. It looks like an alien organism purely existing to hydrate the drones. I am a drone, but a defective one with a short circuit in the social logic board. Brenda coughs a wet, hacking cough. It sounds like tearing Velcro. I flinch, physically jump in my chair, knock my knee against the underside of the desk pane. Shoots up, legs sharp, electric grab, knee hiss through teeth. Brenda stops typing. I can feel her looking over the partition. Don't look up. Don't make eye contact. Stare at the carpet. Gray loops, coffee stain shaped like South America. You okay, hun? Her voice is raspy. Smoker's voice fine. I squeak, just hit my knee. Careful now, she says. Returns to typing. Clack clack clack. Crisis averted, but the shame lingers. Heat rising up neck, ears burning. Why can't I just exist in a space without colliding with solid objects? Check clock again. 9:21 a.m. 7 minutes have passed since Greg's 7 minutes of pure survival. Need to use the bathroom, not because I have to go, just need to be in a locked room for 5 minutes. Need to reboot. Stand up, legs feel wobbly. Walk down the aisle. Cubicles pass by like train cars. Everyone heads down, everyone working, everyone knowing exactly what they are doing. Past the break room. Smell of burnt popcorn now mixing with the ozone. Sensory overload. Fluorescent lights reflect off the linoleum floor, creating a glare that hurts the eyes. Push open the bathroom door. Its heavy industrial latch inside is quiet. Tiled walls echoey. Check under the stalls. No feet. Empty. Thank God. Enter the handicap stall because it has the most space. Lock the door. Slide the latch. Click safe. Lean back against the metal partition. Slide down until squatting. Put head in hands. Close eyes. The darkness is a relief, but the hum is still there. The ventilation fan louder in here, vibrating the walls. Press palms into eyes until seeing stars. Fractal patterns. Spinning geometry. Better than the spreadsheet. Better than Greg's teeth. Stay like that for a timeless interval. Maybe 2 minutes. Maybe 10. Door opens. Footsteps. Heavy boots squeak on the tile. Freeze. Hold breath. Don't make a sound. If I am silent, I don't exist. The intruder walks to the urinal. Zip stream hitting porcelain. Loud, aggressive urination. Why is everything here so aggressive? He clears his throat. Spits into the urinal. Gross flush water rushing like a tidal wave. Sink turns on. Hand dryer. Whoosh sounds like a jet engine taking off. Door opens. Door closes. Silence returns. Exhale. Lungs burning. Stand up, legs numb. Pins and needles. Look in the mirror. Skin looks gray under the lights. Eyes look hollow. Pupils dilated. Look like a frightened animal caught in headlights. Splash cold water on face. Water splashes onto shirt. Dark spot on light blue fabric. Great, now I look like I drooled on myself. Dry it with paper towel. Paper towel disintegrates, leaving white lint on the wet spot. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Stare at reflection. Act normal. I whisper. Voice sounds foreign, like a recording played backward. Exit bathroom. Back into the fray. The hum of the office hits me like a physical wall. Walking back to desk. Feel eyes on me. Nobody is looking, but I feel the weight of their perception. Like gravity has increased by 10%. Sit down. Chair squeaks. Brenda stops typing for a second, then resumes. She knows I was hiding. Spreadsheet is still there. Cursor still blinking. Mocking. 8 to 4 to 4 to 2 to 1. Resume. This is life. This is the baseline, and I am drowning in it. Focus on the screen. Pixels are sharp little squares. If I look close enough, I can see the RGB subpixels. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. Building blocks of a fake reality. Brenda coughs. Wet, phlegmy sound travels through the fabric divider like it isn't even there. She's eating something crunchy now. Carrots. Pretzels. The sound of mastication is amplified by the silence. Crunch, smack, swallow. It's rhythmic, hypnotic, and disgusting. Try to find the row I was working on. Row 4022, column G. Variance analysis. The numbers are just shapes. An 8 is a snowman. A 4 is a sailboat. None of this represents money or goods or labor. It represents compliance. Outlook notification pops up in the bottom right corner. Blue box. White text. Team alignment. 15 mins. Sent by Mark. Mark is the team lead. Mark wears polo shirts that are too tight around the biceps. Mark laughs at jokes that aren't funny. Panic spikes in chest. Heart does a double beat. Thump thump. Alignment. Am I out of alignment? Like a car with a bent axle. Check the time. 10:14 a.m. Meeting is at 10:30 a.m. 16 minutes. To prepare a defense for a crime I don't remember committing, open the email, no body text, just the subject line, and a location, conference room B, fishbowl. The fishbowl glass walls everyone can see and nowhere to hide, click accept because decline is not an option, decline is suicide, stare at the countdown clock. On the taskbar 10:15 time is moving too fast, look down at the wet spot on shirt, it's drying, but the edges are turning crusty white residue. Against blue cotton looks like a map of a forgotten island, try to scratch it off, fingernail scrapes fabric, sound is like nails on chalkboard, Brenda stops chewing, freeze. She resumes, crisis averted, need to prepare, open a new Word document, blank white page, staring back like a blinding snowfield, type, notes. Cursor blinks, waiting for wisdom, waiting for data, brain is empty, static noise in head increases like an old TV tuned to a dead channel. What have I been doing all week? Try to recall a single completed task, memory corruption file. Not found. I have been sitting here moving mouse, clicking cells, but nothing has been achieved. I am a ghost in the machine generating heat, but no work. 10:25 5 minutes need to move, standing up feels dangerous, equilibrium is off, floor feels tilted, grab notebook. It's a prop, empty pages inside, grab pen, click it twice to make sure it works. It doesn't matter if it works, I won't write anything, walk into the aisle. The carpet pattern is designed to hide stains. Complex geometric chaos, gray and maroon loops. If you stare at it while walking, it looks like it's moving, flowing like a river of despair. Past Kevin's desk. Kevin has a Funko Pop collection, plastic eyes staring at me, dead eyes. Hey man. Kevin says, don't stop, don't engage. Hey. I mumble, keep walking. Voice sounded weak, beta subservient. Why can't I speak at a normal volume? Reach the fishbowl, glass door is closed, people inside. Mark. Is there Sarah? Is there Jason? Is there? They are laughing, silent laughter through the glass, like a mime performance. Mark sees me, waves hand gesture, is ambiguous. Come in. Go away. Wait. Interpret as come in. Push the door, heavy glass, air seal breaks with a hiss, sound rushes in. So I told him. That's not a feature, that's a bug. Mark is laughing, Sarah is laughing, Jason is slapping the table. I don't get it, I missed the setup, I missed the context. Stand in the doorway for a second too long, laughter dies down. 3 pairs of eyes lock onto me. Mark smiles, teeth are very white, suspiciously white. There he is, the man of the hour. Stomach drops, man of the hour. What did I do? Did they find the folder? Did they see the browser history? Did they realize I haven't actually worked since Tuesday? Force a smile, muscles in face twitch, lip quivers, hope it looks like a rugged smirk, probably looks like a stroke. Hey guys. I say, voice cracks, sit in the empty chair furthest from the door, trapped chair is mesh, uncomfortable, ergonomic torture device. Mark claps his hands together, loud sharp sound, startle, reflex kicks in shoulders, jump, hope nobody noticed. All right, quick sync. Mark says, he leans forward, elbows on the table, power pose. Corporate wants us to pivot on the Delta Stream project. We need to reevaluate the K-piss before the oud. Words wash over me, pivot, Delta Stream, K-piss, oud. Language is English, but meaning is encrypted. I nod, nodding is safe, nodding implies understanding. Sarah looks at me. Did you get the deck I sent over? Freeze deck, card deck, patio deck. PowerPoint, she means PowerPoint. Search memory, mental 404, error, resource unavailable. Yeah, I lie, I was just reviewing it. Great, she says, slide 14 is the issue. The formatting is all wrong on the legacy data. It's not pulling from the server. Slide 14, legacy data server. I have no idea what she is talking about. I feel like an alien wearing a human suit. The suit is itchy and 2 sizes too small. Right. I say, the formatting. It's weird, right? Jason chimes in. Jason has a beard perfectly trimmed. He looks like he was manufactured in a lab to be a junior analyst. It's like the data is there, but we can't see it. Like a phantom drive. Phantom drive, that sounds right, that sounds like my life, exactly. I say, gaining confidence, false confidence, building a house of cards on a foundation of mud. It's phantom. Mark looks at me, intense stare, blue eyes piercing, scanning my soul for weakness. So, what's the fix? Anon. Time stops, room goes silent, hum of the air conditioner becomes a roar, dust mote floats past. Mark's ear suspended in the stagnant air. Time stretches like taffy. Mark's eyebrows are raised, waiting, expectant. The cursor on the screen behind him Blinks on off hypnotic metronome counting down to my social execution. Mouth is dry as sand, tongue feels swollen. Clumsy brain is scrolling through a Rolodex of generic responses. File not found, access denied. I think. I start. Voice sounds distant, like it's coming from the ceiling vent. I think the issue is upstream. The legacy architecture isn't shaking hands with the new protocol. Silence, absolute vacuum. Did those words mean anything? Shaking hands. Do protocols have hands? Sweat prickles on my hairline. Cold and oily. Sarah frowns. Jason tilts his head. Mark leans back. Chair creaks. Sound is like a gunshot upstream. Mark repeats, tasting the word. Handshake protocols. He nods slowly. Chin goes up and down. That's actually. Yeah, that tracks, Jason adds. If the API isn't authenticated, the handshake fails. I have no idea what an API is. A kind of beer. A primate. Doesn't matter. I survived. The bullet grazed the ear but didn't enter the skull. Okay. Mark says, slapping the table again. Flinch suppressed to a micro tremor in the left eyelid. Anon. Run a diagnostic on the upstream links. See if you can bypass the bottleneck. Have a preliminary report by 2. Glance at the wall clock. 11:45 a.m. 2 hours and 15 minutes. To invent a solution to a problem I hallucinated using technology I don't understand. On it. I say, standing up. Legs feel hollow. Knees are jelly. Good sync. Team. Escape the room. Hallway is 2. Bright fluorescent tubes humming at a frequency that vibrates my teeth. Walk back to my cubicle. Cubicle 4B. Gray fabric walls. Smell of stale coffee. An ozone sit-down monitor wakes up. Reflection. Stares back. Eyes look dead. Skin looks gray. Adjust the ergonomic. Chair still feels like sitting on a pile of rocks. Open the email from Sarah. Delta Stream V4 Final PPTX. Double-click. Loading bar. Crawls across the screen. Blue worm of doom file. Opens slide 14. Stare at it. It's a chart bar graph. Scatter plot. The axes are labeled in acronyms. ROI, IT, CAGR letters. Floating in white space. They look like runes. Ancient script from a dead civilization. Try to read the data points. Vision swims. The numbers refuse to settle. They slide off the bars like rain on glass. Formatting is all wrong. She said, looks fine to me. Looks like random chaos, which is the natural state of the universe. Maybe the formatting is the only thing that's right. Minimize window. Open browser. New tab. Cursor blinks in the search bar. What do I type? How to fix upstream handshake failure. Results load. Millions of hits. Network troubleshooting guide. TCP/IP connection refused. Why won't my husband hold my hand anymore? Click the first link. Wall of text. Technical jargon. Subnet masks DNS gateways. Packet lost. Words are English, but sentences are alien. Scroll down. Scroll up. Highlight a paragraph. Control plus C. Open notepad. Control plus V. Stare at the stolen text. Doesn't explain anything. Feel a pressure building behind the eyes. Sinus headache or impending aneurysm. Check the time. 12:10 p.m. Stomach growls. Loud wet gurgle sound echoes in the quiet cubicle. Farm head pops up over the partition. It's Jason. Lab-grown beard. Perfectly groomed eyes bright with artificial camaraderie. Lunch run. He asks. Chipotle. Panic spikes. Social interaction. Ordering food. Making choices in public. I say, I have that report for Mark. Dude, you gotta eat. Jason insists. Brain food. Come on. Sarah's coming too. Trapped again. Refusal implies antisocial behavior. Antisocial behavior gets you flagged. Employees get meetings with HR. HR asks questions I can't answer. Okay. I say sure. Stand up. Grab wallet. Check pocket for keys. Phone badge. The trinity of existence walk to the elevator. Jason and Sarah are talking. Did you see that thread on /TV/ last night? Jason asks. The one about the ending of that show. Sarah laughs. No, I don't go on those sites. Too toxic. It was hilarious. Jason says this guy had a meltdown about the color grading. They look at me expecting input. Yeah, I say color grading. Wild stuff. Elevator dings. Doors open. Step inside. Mirrored walls. Infinite reflection of 3 people. I look shorter than I am. Posture is hunched like a question mark made of flesh. Ride down. Is silent. Jason scrolls on his phone. Sarah checks her reflection. I stare at the floor. Numbers changing. 4 3 2 1. Lobby. Sunlight hits us. Blinding. Real sun, not fluorescent. Feels aggressive. Exposing. Walk to the Chipotle line. Is out the door. Smell of grilled meat and cilantro. Noise level is oppressive. Chatter clattering trays. Soda Fountain hissing, stand in line, rehearse, order in head, burrito, white rice, black beans, chicken, mild salsa, cheese, lettuce, burrito, hitter, rice, black beans, chicken, mild salsa, cheese, lettuce, repeat mantra, don't forget, don't stutter, line, moves closer to the glass, sneeze, guard. See the metal tubs of food steam rising, workers moving with terrifying speed, scoop, slap, fold, assembly line of caloric intake, Jason orders bowl, complex customization, half chicken, half steak, extra corn, guac on the side. Confident, assertive. Sarah orders salad dressing on the side, no beans. My turn, worker looks at me, eyes dead inside, hairnet tight on forehead, what can I get for you? Mind goes blank, mantra dissolves, I say burrito, white or brown, white, black or pinto, the beans, worker size, scoops black beans, meat. Look at the meats, they all look like burnt, distinct shapes, chicken. He scoops chicken, moves down the line, salsa station, mild, medium, hot, mild, corn, sour cream, cheese, guac. Too many questions, rapid. Fire, cheese, I say, and, brain short circuits, lettuce. He suggests, yeah, lettuce. He wraps it, folds the foil, silver brick of sustenance, slide tray to register, pay with card, chip reader takes too long, remove card, beep, 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 sound is judgmental, grab bag, walk to table, sit down. Jason and Sarah are already eating, plastic forks scraping cardboard bowls, so. Sarah says, chewing a piece of lettuce, how's the report coming? The upstream thing. Freeze burrito halfway to mouth, aluminum foil. Crinkles, it's coming, I say, complex issue, lots of variables. Mark seemed worried, she says, corporate is really breathing down his neck about the Delta Stream. Delta Stream, the words haunt me, what is a Delta Stream? Is it a river? Is it a code branch? Is it a mindset? Yeah, I say, it's tricky. Take a bite of burrito, tastes like nothing, texture of wet cardboard and salt, sensory deprivation food. Jason pulls out his phone, hey, check this out. You guys see this video? He turns the screen toward us, sent to me by a buddy in marketing. Look at the screen, video plays, it's a cat. No, a dog doing something, jumping, falling. Sound is on distorted bass, boosted music, people screaming. Jason is laughing, look at his face. He wheezes, Sarah chuckles, oh my God, that's awful. I stare at the screen, I don't see a dog, I see pixels smearing, I see compression artifacts blocking digital noise, the image is corrupted, glitching out, green and purple squares flashing funny, right anon. Jason asks, nudging my arm, contact feels electric, unpleasant, yeah, I say, funny. The way he just, splat, Jason wipes a tear, classic. I look closer at the phone, is it just me? Am I the only one seeing the static? The video looks like a broadcast from a dead channel, white noise shaped like a narrative, maybe the link is broken, maybe the file is deleted, maybe I'm deleted, send me that link. Sarah says, I can't. Jason says, it's unlisted, exclusive content. He winks, finish eating, stomach feels heavy, lead ball of beans and rice, walk back to the office, sun is higher now, shadows are shorter, oppressive heat radiating from the pavement, enter the building, cool air hits, shock to the system, elevator up, silence again, back to the floor, walk to cubicle, sit down, 1:15 p.m. 45 minutes left, open the notepad, file, stare at the copied text about subnets, it's useless, panic rising again, throat tightening, chest constriction. Need a solution, need a fix, need a lie good enough to buy another day. Look at slide 14 again. The graph, the runes, maybe, if I just change the colors. Make the red bar green. Green means good, red means bad, management loves green, click the bar, right click. Format data series. Menu opens, options, fill, border, shadow, glow, soft edges, 3D format. Too many choices, cursor hovers over fill, hand is shaking, mouse pointer jitters on the screen. Select solid fill. Select green, neon green, radioactive green. The bar lights up, it looks wrong, it looks like toxic sludge. But it's green, change the other bars, blue to yellow, orange to purple. Now it looks like a clown vomited on the chart, perfect. I whisper. Insane logic taking over if it looks crazy enough. Maybe they'll think it's advanced, maybe they'll think it's a heat map, a spectral analysis, check time 1:45 p.m. email, mark subject. Upstream diagnostic / slide 14 fix body. Mark ran the diagnostic, identified a color space conflict in the legacy render engine. The data wasn't visualizing because of a hex code mismatch. Patched it manually. See attached. Attach the file, finger hovers over send, heart hammering against ribs, thump, thump, thump. What am I doing? This is suicide, professional seppuku via PowerPoint. But I have nothing else. The real data is invisible to me. The real video was static. The real world is encrypted. I am just a guest user with limited permissions. Click send, whoosh, sound, email, sent, lean back in. Chair, exhale, wait for the fallout, wait for the shout from the office, anon. What the hell is this? Minute passes, 2 minutes, notification dings, email from Mark Flinch, open it, one word, received. Stare at the word, neutral, ominous. Does he know? Is he laughing? Is he calling security? Jason rolls his chair over to the opening of my cubicle. Hey man. He says, voice low, conspiratorial. Did you hear about the server migration? No. I say, grip tightening on the armrest. It wants us to log in with the new 2FA tokens by out. If you don't, you get locked out of the system. Locked out. Yeah, total account wipe, security protocol. Oh, I say, cool. Did you get your token? He asks. It was in the video tutorial HR sent out this morning. Blood runs cold video tutorial, the one with the link. I ask, yeah. In the welcome to the future email. Search inbox, find email, welcome to the future. Click it, body text is generic cheerleading link at the bottom. Click here to retrieve your identity token. Click the link, browser opens, new tab, loading, spinning. Circle screen goes black, white text appears, video unavailable, this video is private. Stare at the screen, blink, Jason. I say, voice trembling, the video. Yeah, it's not working for me. Jason laughs, classic anon, always having tech issues, just refresh it. Refresh, same error, refresh, same error, refresh, video unavailable, panic is now a solid object in my throat, it's private. I say, it says it's private. Weird. Jason says, pulling out his phone, works for me. He shows me his screen, video is playing, smiling face of the CEO talking about synergy, holding up a QR code. Just scan that. Jason says, pointing to the code on his small screen. I squint. The code looks blurry, jagged, like a hole in reality. I pull out my phone, open camera, pointed at Jason's screen. Camera refuses to focus, yellow box jumps around hunting for a pattern it can't recognize, it's not scanning. I say, dude, clean your lens. Jason says, rolling his eyes, you have until 5. Don't get wiped. He rolls back to his desk, leaving me alone with the error message, video unavailable. Check time, 2:15 p.m., less than 3 hours before I am wiped, deleted, formatted. Look at my hands. They seem translucent, fading at the edges. Am I buffering? Is my connection unstable? The hum of the air conditioner gets louder, drowning out the office noise. It sounds like a scream stretched out over eternity. Sound of the air conditioner transitions into a high-pitched ring, tinnitus. Or maybe the frequency of the building vibrating. Sit back in the chair, mesh fabric digs into my spine, feels synthetic and wrong, like being hugged by a wire fence. Stare at the monitor, video unavailable, font is Arial sans serif, soulless, mocking in its simplicity. Reach for the mouse, hand is shaking, tremor is so bad the cursor jumps across the screen, teleporting from one side to the other, trying to regain control, need to troubleshoot basic logic. If a then B, if video private, then authenticate, open settings, privacy and security, clear browsing data, time range. All time check. Every box, browsing history, cookies, cached images, autofill, form, data, site settings, hosted app, data wipe. It all. Click the blue button, clearing data. Spinning wheel next to the cursor, watching it rotate, hypnotic, 1 rotation, 2 rotations, 10 sweat beads on my forehead, cold and sticky smell of stale coffee and ozone rising from the keyboard. The computer groans, fan kicks into high gear, sounding like a jet engine. Failing on the runway screen, flashes white browser, resets, clean slate, tabula rasa, paste the link again. Fingers slip on the keys, Control+V, enter, heart thuds against my ribs, a slow, heavy rhythm, thud, thud, thud. Loading bar creeps forward, stops at 90%, hangs there, suspense is physical, nausea curling in the pit of my stomach. Screen goes black-gray, buffering, circle, hope, flares, tiny spark in the dark. Then text appears, white-centered, this video is private. If the owner of this video has granted you access, please sign in. I am signed in. Look at the top right corner, profile picture is a gray silhouette, default avatar, hover over it, user. Anon, status, unverified, unverified since when, click on account settings, error 404, user profile not found, stare at the number 404, not found. I am sitting right here, I exist, I think, grab the desk edge to anchor myself, laminate wood. Feels slippery, greasy residue from years of palms. Look over the cubicle wall, Jason is humming, tapping his foot. Rhythmic thumping that shakes the floor. He's logged and he's verified. He's watching the future. I am stuck in the buffer, need help. Can't ask Jason again. He thinks I'm incompetent, need higher power at department. Push chair back, wheels squeak loudly, sound cuts through the office, hum like a knife. Nobody looks up, nobody flinches. Stand up, knees pop, blood rushes to my head. Vision swims with black spots, static in the periphery. Start walking toward the elevators. Legs feel numb like I've been sitting on them for a decade. Carpet pattern is confusing. Gray swirls on gray background. Looks like it's moving, shifting under my feet. Avoiding eye contact. Past Sarah's desk. She's on the phone laughing. Yeah, no, totally. He's just gone. Poof. Freeze. Is she talking about me? Yeah, deleted the whole thread. She says resume walking. Paranoia is a parasite burrowing into the brain stem. Press the down button on the elevator. Light doesn't turn on. Press it again. Harder. Plastic button feels loose, wobbly. Waiting. Doors don't open. Check the display. Floor numbers aren't lit up. It's just a black strip. Find stairs. Push through the heavy fire door. Stairwell is cold. Smells like wet concrete and rust. Echo of my own footsteps. Sounds wrong. 2 delayed. Step. Clack. Step. Clack. Audio desync. Lag in the simulation. Descend 2 flights. Basement level. Fluorescence buzzing violently here, flickering at a rate that induces migraines. Door to an office is open. The dungeon. Piles of old towers stacked against the wall. Beige obelisks of obsolete tech. Tangled snakes of Ethernet cables covering the floor. Step over a coil of blue wire. Desk in the corner, hidden behind a wall of monitors. 6 screens glowing blue. Steve is there wearing a hoodie that hasn't been washed in weeks. Smell of artificial cheese and stale sweat. He's clicking rapidly, playing some RTS game in a window. Steve, I say. Voice sounds tinny like it's coming from a radio in the next room. He doesn't turn. Ticket number. He asks, flat monotone. I can't submit a ticket. I say. System locked me out. Click, click, click. No ticket, no service. Read the sign. He points a greasy finger at a piece of paper taped to a server rack. Do not disturb unless server fire. Steve, please. I say, desperation leaking into the tone. The migration. The 2FA video. It says it's private. I can't scan the code. He stops clicking, swivels the chair around slowly. Chair groans under his weight. He looks at me. Eyes are red-rimmed, pupils dilated. The video isn't private. Anon. He says, it's mandatory viewing. No, but the link. Did you check your permissions? I can't. My profile is 404. Steve frowns, eyebrows knitting together. 404. Yes, that's impossible. Active employees are 200. Okay. Fired employees are 403. Forbidden. 404 means you're not in the database. I've worked here for 5 years. Database doesn't lie. He says, turns back to his screen. Steve, check my status, please. He sighs loud, performative annoyance. Minimizes his game, opens a terminal window. Black background, green text. Types query. User, anon. Presses enter. Cursor blinks, blinks. Processing. He taps his fingers on the desk. Rhythm is erratic, weird. He says, what? It's hanging. Usually returns a value instantly. Screen floods with text scrolling too fast to read. Waterfall of code. Steve leans in, squinting. Segmentation fault. He reads memory address out of bounds. What does that mean? It means the system is trying to find you, he says, voice dropping lower, but it's looking in a sector that doesn't exist. He looks back at me. Expression has changed, not annoyed anymore, confused, maybe a little scared. Are you sure you have the right login? Yes. Steve, look at me. I'm right here. He looks at me, really looks, focuses on my face, then his eyes slide off like he can't quite lock on. Like camera autofocus hunting in low light. You look. He trails off, rubs his eyes. Man, I need to sleep more. You look blurry. Blurry? Yeah, like a low-res JPEG. Edges are jagged. Panic rises, bile in the throat. Fix it, Steve. Reset my token. Can't, he says, turning away. Typing command abort. If I touch a corrupted entry, it might crash the whole node. Protocol says isolate and purge. Purge. Let the system garbage collector handle it. 5:00 p.m. sweep. That wipes me. It cleans the database. He corrects. Integrity check. If you're real, you'll pass. If you're a glitch, shrugs. Glitches get patched. I'm not a glitch. I scream, slam hand on his desk. Hand passes through a stack of papers, doesn't disturb them, doesn't make a sound. Steve doesn't flinch. He didn't hear it, he didn't feel it. Stare at my hand. Fingertips are translucent, seeing the messy code on his screen through my own skin. Steve. Ticket closed. He says puts headphones back on, starts clicking again. I am dismissed, invisible, back away. Trip over the Ethernet coil, don't fall, just clip through it, sensation of static electricity. Shooting up my leg, pins and needles. Run out of the room, up the stairs, breath coming in shallow gasps. Lung capacity feels reduced, like the air is too thick or I am too thin. Burst back into the main office floor, bright lights hurt, everything is too sharp, too contrasted. Except me. Check the clock on the wall, analog clock, second hand, is ticking backwards, blink. No, it's just twitching, stuck between 11 and 12. Check phone for 18 p.m. 42 minutes until the sweep, until the garbage collector. Walk to my cubicle, legs feel like they aren't touching the floor, gliding frictionless. Jason is gone, chair empty, screen locked, screensaver is a pipe maze, infinite tubes connecting to nothing. Sit down. In my chair, it doesn't creak this time. Silence is deafening. Look at the monitor, still black. Video unavailable. This video contains content from redacted, who has blocked it in your country on copyright grounds. New error message, copyright grounds. My existence is a copyright violation. Who owns me? Laugh sound is dry, hollow, sounds like crinkling paper. Type into the search bar. What happens when you get wiped? Enter. Did you mean asterisk? What happens when you die? Asterisk. No, Google, I meant wiped. Click the first result. Data recovery services. Ads pop up. Appears. Are you feeling lost? Generic mental health ad. Close it. X button doesn't work. Click. Window multiplies, cascading windows, solitaire effect. Are you feeling lost? Are you feeling lost? Are you feeling lost? Screen fills with the question, covering the error message, covering the clock, covering everything. Can't see the desktop, can't see the taskbar. Just the question repeated 1,000 times. Reflection in the monitor is barely there, just a smudge, a thumbprint on the lens of reality. Look at hands, palms are gray, lifelines are fading, smoothing out, becoming unwritten. 4:30 p.m. Can feel the vibration of the server room below the garbage collector, warming up the vacuum cleaner of God, coming for the dust. Vibration in the floor gets stronger, humming noise like a massive hard drive spinning up. Check the time, 4:59 p.m. 1 minute to closing. Around me, the office comes alive with the sound of shutting down zippers on backpacks, chairs sliding back, the heavy clack of mechanical keyboards ceasing. Fire. Steve from it walks past the aisle holding a half-eaten bagel. Doesn't look at me, doesn't look at the cascading windows filling my screen. He looks bored, mundane, solid. He has mass and volume and collision detection. I envy his density. 5 o'clock p.m. The lights overhead clunk loudly, bank by bank. They shut off, leaving only the emergency strips. Sickly yellow glow casts long, jagged shadows. Shadows look pixelated at the edges. Anti-aliasing is turned off. People file out. Chatter about happy hour. Chatter about Netflix. Chatter about the commute. Voices sound compressed, low bitrate, tinny and distant, like listening to a party through a wall with a stethoscope. Try to stand up, knees lock, not stiff, just unresponsive. Input lag. Send the command to stand. Body refuses to execute, stuck in the chair, stuck in the render. The office is empty now. Silence rushes in to fill the vacuum, except for the hum. The garbage collector. Hear the heavy wheels of the cleaning cart squeak, coming down the hall. Fluorescent light reflects off the linoleum floor. Texture is flickering, Z fighting between the carpet and the concrete slab beneath. Gray, then beige, then void. The cleaner appears. Generic jumpsuit. Face is blurry, smudge texture map. Can't make out eyes or nose, just a vague impression of a human. He plugs in the vacuum. Industrial roar. It's not sucking up air, it's sucking up geometry. Watch as he passes the empty cubicles. Dust bunnies vanish, candy wrappers vanish, loose atoms vanish. He turns toward my row. Panic should be setting in. Heart rate should be elevated. Check pulse. Wrist is smooth, no vein, no beat, just a warm hum like a laptop charger. Vacuum gets closer. Noise is overwhelming, static white noise washing out my thoughts. He reaches my desk, doesn't acknowledge me, pushes the nozzle under my chair. Feel the suction, not on my pants, on my code. Feel pieces of myself loosening, bits and bytes flaking off like dry skin. Legs go numb. Then torso. Vision starts to tunnel. Vignette effect darkening the corners. Cleaner pulls the vacuum back, moves to the next cubicle. I am still sitting here technically, but I feel lighter, less than 0 MB. Look at the screen one last time. The cascading windows are gone, just a gray background. Single icon in the center. Sad face. Text loads slowly, character by character. This video is private. If the owner of this video has granted you access, please sign in. Blink realization hits, not a glitch, not a bug. I was never public, never published, just a draft left in the upload queue processing. Abandon the cleaner, turns off the vacuum. Silence returns, absolute lossless. The emergency lights flicker and die, darkness. No credits, no autoplay, just the fan spinning down. Be me offline.